Calmness is often misunderstood. People think it's indifference, passivity, or a lack of urgency. But true calmness, real, grounded calmness, is a superpower. In a world that constantly pulls at your attention, tests your patience, and provokes your emotions, choosing to remain calm is one of the most powerful decisions you can make. Calmness doesn't mean you're unaware or unaffected. It means you're centered. You refuse to let the chaos around you create chaos within you. And in that calm, you unlock clarity. You cannot expect peace in a moment of crisis if you haven't practiced peace before the crisis comes. That's why mastering the mind before the moment matters. You must train your thoughts daily, discipline your emotions consistently, and develop mental habits that bring you back to center no matter the storm. Calm people are not born, they are made. They've practiced breathing through frustration, meditating through confusion, and speaking life into their own storms until they could walk into chaos without losing their identity. If you wait for the world to be calm before you find peace, you'll always be at the mercy of the storm. Instead, you must build peace on the inside so you can carry it with you, no matter what's happening on the outside. Being unbothered doesn't mean you're emotionless. It means your emotions don't control you. Emotional discipline is grown, not given. You don't wake up one day magically calm and unshakable. It takes work. It takes choosing every day to protect your peace. It takes recognizing when your mind is racing and re-centering yourself. It takes understanding your triggers and choosing not to let them run your day. Emotional discipline means knowing how to respond when someone pushes your buttons, how to stay silent when ego wants to speak, and how to walk away from drama that's trying to pull you in. It means becoming a master of yourself, not because you're pretending to be perfect, but because you've decided that nothing is worth your peace. It's not about pretending that stress doesn't exist. It's about building a mindset that can handle it. It's about learning how to breathe deeply when anxiety tightens its grip. It's about knowing how to center your spirit when the world feels like it's falling apart. It's about creating inner rituals that bring you back to peace. Whether it's a prayer you whisper, a phrase you repeat, a memory that grounds you, or a breath that anchors you. These small disciplines, done in private, create massive strength in public. They are your armor. They are your foundation. They are the reason you can walk into chaos and remain calm, walk into conflict and remain clear, Walk into storms and remain. Don't wait for a breakdown to build your breakthrough. Don't wait for conflict to find your calm. Start now in the little things, in the way you respond to traffic, in how you talk to yourself after making a mistake, in how you handle delays, disappointments, or minor frustrations. Train your mind to return to peace quickly. Build neural pathways that default to calm instead of chaos. Speak life to your thoughts. Surround yourself with peace bringers, not peace takers. Read books that stretch your spirit. Listen to wisdom that centers you. Sit in silence and get comfortable there, because that silence is where your calm is forged. That's where your strength is born. That's where your future unbothered self is built. So the next time life gets loud, and it will, the next time someone cuts you off, criticizes you unfairly, or life takes a turn you didn't plan for, pause. Remind yourself, this is the moment you've been training for. This is when all the quiet hours, all the inner work, all the mental strength you've been building come into play. This is your game day. And because you've mastered your mind before the moment, you don't have to fake peace. You already have it. You don't have to scramble for control. You already know what's yours to manage. You don't have to panic. You already trust your preparation. That is the power of mastering the mind before the moment. That is the root of staying calm and unbothered. And that is how you begin to live with a peace that no storm can take away. There are some things you can control and many things you cannot. Peace begins when you learn the difference. When you pour your energy into the controllable, your thoughts, your choices, your reactions, you reclaim your power. When you try to manipulate, change, or force the uncontrollable, other people's opinions, outcomes, or circumstances, you exhaust your soul. The calm and unbothered individual doesn't deny reality. They just refuse to fight what isn't theirs to fight. They don't waste time worrying about things beyond their influence. They show up, stay grounded, and let go of what's not in their hands. Control what you can, release what you can't. That's not giving up. That's growing up. When you walk into a room calm and unshaken, your presence disturbs chaos. Why? Because chaos feeds on chaos. It thrives on reaction. But when you refuse to give it what it wants, it fizzles. That's the power of being calm. It disrupts the disruptors. It frustrates the manipulators. It silences the noise without even raising your voice. Your stillness becomes unsettling to people who are used to controlling others through confusion, but you're not shaken. You're not pressed. You're not moved. Because you've already decided. Your peace is not up for negotiation. You've already committed. Your calm is not circumstantial. It's spiritual. It's grounded. It's unshakable. So today, decide to protect your peace. Decide to be the calm in the chaos, the anchor in the storm, the stillness in the swirl of confusion. People may misunderstand you. Let them. The world may try to shake you. Stay rooted. Challenges may rise. Stay centered. Because calmness is not weakness, it's power. And being unbothered is not detachment, it's alignment with a higher mindset. You are not here to react to every little thing. You are here to rise above, move with purpose, and live in peace. When you master calm, you master the moment. When you remain unbothered, you remind the world that peace is your position, not just your preference. And that's where your power begins. Think about athletes. They don't wait until the big game to train. They put in work behind closed doors, early mornings, late nights, repetition after repetition. So when the lights are on, when the pressure is high, they don't panic. They perform. Why? Because their muscles have already been conditioned. Their reflexes already trained. That's how you must treat your mind. Daily discipline, mental workouts, thought training, rehearsing stillness, practicing restraint, learning to self-soothe, to pause before reacting, to breathe intention and breathe out clarity. So when stress comes, and it will, you don't get swept away in it. You stand in it. You show up ready. Not because life got easier, but because you got stronger, calmer, wiser. The calmest people aren't always the loudest. They're the ones who've been in private battles that no one else saw. They've wrestled with their own minds. They've faced their fears alone. They've walked through seasons of anxiety, doubt, and discouragement, and came out with a quiet strength that cannot be stolen. They didn't find peace by accident. They built it on purpose, through daily decisions, through intentional focus, through spiritual grounding, through letting go of what they couldn't control and leaning into what they could. They trained themselves to be unshaken, not because life got easier, but because they stopped letting external chaos determine internal peace. When you stop trying to control what's beyond you, you begin to focus on what's within you. You can control your attitude. You can control how you speak to yourself. You can control how you respond to negativity. You can control your environment, the people you allow near your energy, the boundaries you enforce. You can control how you show up. And when you stay consistent in these areas, when you protect your peace with discipline, when you choose to pour into what builds you instead of what breaks you, you begin to see transformation, not just in your circumstances, but in your soul. You don't just feel better, you become better, more aligned, more focused, more grounded. Life is full of unknowns, things that will confuse you, surprise you, even disappoint you. But you don't have to be tossed around by every wave. You don't have to let every delay shake your spirit. You don't have to be rattled by every no or every unanswered question. When you learn to trust the timing of life, to release the need to always know what's coming next, you invite peace. You learn that not having control doesn't mean you're out of control. It means you're in alignment with something greater. Because sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. except believe, except trust, except wait, except let go. Letting go is not weakness. It's not defeat. It's not saying you don't care. It's saying you care enough to preserve your own peace. It's saying you refuse to be emotionally hijacked by things that are beyond your reach. It's saying you understand that stress doesn't solve problems. Strategy does. And the more energy you spend trying to control the uncontrollable, the less energy you have for what really matters. Your purpose, your growth, your vision, your health, your joy. Your energy is your currency. Stop spending it on people and situations that don't bring a return. Stop allowing petty arguments, unnecessary conflicts, or draining environments to bankrupt your spirit. If you wouldn't give someone access to your bank account, why are you giving them access to your peace? Protecting your energy doesn't make you selfish, it makes you strategic. You have a purpose, a calling, a mission, and that mission requires energy. Don't give it away cheaply. Guard your space. Protect your time. Be selective about what you allow to enter your mind and what you allow to live in your heart. Being unbothered is not the same as being uncaring. You can care deeply and still not let things consume you. You can love people and still set boundaries. You can be kind and still be firm. Staying calm doesn't mean you don't feel pain or anger. It means you've learned how to carry it differently. You don't let it control you, define you, or turn you bitter. You process it. You learn from it. You grow through it. Calmness doesn't come from a lack of battles. It comes from learning how to win battles without losing your mind. And the strongest people are often the quietest because they've found peace in the middle of pressure. You don't wait for the storm to start preparing your shelter. You build it in advance, brick by brick, while the skies are still clear. The same applies to your mind. You don't wait for chaos to teach you calmness. You don't wait for stress to figure out peace. You must master the mind before the moment comes, before life hits you with the unexpected, before someone tests your patience, before circumstances spiral out of control. Inner peace is not something that appears when you need it. It's something you cultivate daily in the quiet moments, when nobody's watching, when everything is still, when the world is not pulling at you. In those moments, you train your thoughts, you shape your responses, you learn your emotional rhythms. Because when the moment does come, when stress tries to overtake you, when someone disrespects you, when life disappoints you, you won't have to search for peace. You'll already have it living inside you, rooted deep, unshakable. You have to learn how to lay certain things down, not because you don't care, but because carrying them is crushing you, it's draining your purpose, it's breaking your spirit. And life is too short to keep bleeding for things you were never meant to fix. There's wisdom in knowing the boundary line, what's yours and what's not. You can show up with compassion, but you can't force someone to receive your love. You can do your best in a situation, but you can't force the results. You can bring peace into a room, but you can't make others walk in it. So instead of wasting your strength on what you can't control, redirect it to what you can. Redirect it to your growth, your mindset, your vision, your character. That's where the real change begins. That's where your power lives. Emotional discipline is not something you wake up with one day. It is not gifted you by chance, and it certainly doesn't fall into your lap when life gets hard. It's grown intentionally, consistently, sometimes painfully. It's a process of teaching your emotions how to serve you, not sabotage you. Being unbothered is not about pretending nothing affects you. It's about mastering the art of not letting what affects you control you. It's about rewiring your automatic reactions, building patience in the waiting, and strength in the struggle. And just like physical strength is built by lifting weight over time, emotional strength is built by facing stress without letting it break you.